is the last method, internal rate of return. So here, please, this one also, this is taken from Microsoft Excel help files, right? This from software, I took the help files that, okay, how Microsoft Excel is defining internal rate of return. So this is actually the easiest definition of internal rate of return. Sometimes students were telling me, Mukesh, internal rate of return, I understand, but it is not making sense. And I thought, okay, let us discover how Microsoft Excel is defining it. And that is actually the answer, right? So Microsoft is a big company, right? So they have defined it. Internal rate of return is the interest rate. It is like interest rate, right? You mentioned it, 12%, 10%. Received for investments consisting of payments, which are negative values. Payments means outflow of cash, and incomes, which are positive values, right? Occurring at regular intervals, and those intervals have to be either monthly or quarterly or annually, right? This is that definition, simplest possible. And this is a question in your book. Outflow 5,000, investment. Investment is always outflow, right? When you invest, you take out the money from your account or your pocket and then give it to somebody, right? So this is always outflow when you read this one. This is outflow, and these are three inflows, right? And required rate of return is like hurdle rate. It is mentioned here. Required rate of return is like hurdle rate, right? For example, I say, okay, required marks are 60%, right? So it means this is the hurdle rate. You pass when you get 60%, right? This is hurdle rate. But if you get actually maybe 84%, then you are good because you have crossed the hurdle rate. And that would be that 84% would be the internal rate of return. Kind of, I'm comparing. And hurdle rate is 60, right? You got 84, 84 is this, right? So here hurdle rate is 10%, right? So it means minimum, it is like you must get 60% to pass. So minimum, if you want to undertake this project, you must earn 10% because bank may be charging 10% from you. And your boss says, buddy, I'm borrowing this money for you for 10%, at 10%. Now, if you are undertaking a project, show me something which is internal return and it is more than 10%. Show me that and I will give you money. Look at this way. I explained it. So you can do that in my have that one, internal rate of return. So this is the same question. 5,000 was investment and 2,500, 2,000 and 2,000 were inflows for remaining years. And then internal rate of return is actually inbuilt in Excel. So you have to use internal rate of return formula, right? For example, one more time I can type here, internal rate of return. So internal rate of return for all the positive and negative values, just drag this and put a check mark. Here is 15%. Right? But if this internal rate of return is 10% or less than 10%, he won't allot you that project or she won't allot you that project. So it is simply create. If you look in the book, internal rate of return, at least you have to read like 25 lines to do it manually. And Excel has made it so simple that there is inbuilt function here, right, to do the internal rate of return, right? And there is one more way actually to do it. Go to formulas, go to financial formulas and drag down there. There is IRR. And if you say, if you hover on IRR, it says returns the internal rate of return for a series of cash flows. And I will click that. And it says, okay, how many series of cash flows you want, right? This one, I said A1 to A4. I don't think I have to take any guesses for this. And I click OK. and here is internal. This is another way to compute it. So when you know a software, there are many ways you can do the same thing. So I did it here. And actually it is 15%, but is it exactly 15%, or it is a little more or less and it has been rounded off to 15%? Even you can research that. 15.0%. I increase the decimal places. Actually 15.02% it is. One more decimal, 15.016%. So, I mean, normally we just see 15%, right? So this is that accurate, right? So kind of when you play with a software, you get to know that I can do it so in so many ways, right? And you don't have to manually do it. Nobody does this calculation manually, right? So this project, let me go back. This is that project. 5,000 is outflow minus 5,000, and these three more numbers are positive. So total 4 numbers are put into this IRR function. So in any cell of the software, you will go in any cell of the software, you will go when you know that, you will type equal to sign, you will type IRR, and you will type the cell numbers where these 4 values are situated. Suppose these are situated from A1, A2, A3, A4, and then just click check mark where I showed, and the answer would be 15%, right? And required rate of return was 10%. And as a project manager or as boss, you would say answer, yes, this project is accepted because IRR is greater than required rate of return. So it is just like saying, okay, you pass because you got 84%, which is more than 60%, which was required, something like that. So this project is a winner project. As we started this chapter by saying, okay, we have to find our winners out of the various options available. This would be a winner project, right? So this comes into that category. Thanks for watching. Keep on watching and learning.